passion for Wiltshire life.
BBC Wiltshire. It's 8 o'clock here with the news this morning. It's Melanie Stewart-Smith.
A schoolteacher from Corsham with a rare condition says better-known diseases can overshadow other medical causes. Matt Slee has an ultra-rare blood disease and is supporting Rare Disease Day, which aims to unite the UK's 3 million sufferers. Matt says access to care is often limited.
Had I not been so lucky and not lived near a regional centre of excellence like Southmead is for renal care, then the chances of a doctor knowing the specifics of my condition would be fairly slim.
On FM, online, on your mobile and on digital radio, this is Heart. 8 o'clock, here's the latest.
I'm Chaz Rowe. A teacher from Corsham has been telling Heart having a rare condition that about 140 people in the UK suffer from has been a struggle at times.
I know many people that suffer from rare diseases do feel isolated and alone if they've never met anyone with a similar condition.
Matthew Slee's rare blood disorder affects his kidneys, meaning just 23% of them function. He's now trying to raise awareness of rare diseases and how things like Facebook support groups can really help.
And it's all about putting people in touch with other people who understand. That's the simple message, really.
BBC Wiltshire Breakfast with Ben Prater. But first, our top story. Imagine being diagnosed with a potentially fatal disease that you've never heard of. Well, it's estimated there are 3 million people in the UK suffering from little-known illnesses. One of those is Matt Slee from Corsham, who has the ultra-rare blood condition, atypical hemolytic uremic syndrome, or aHUS. He's told us that rare diseases can be marginalised by other conditions which get more exposure. As one of only 150 people with his condition in the UK, he's now joining with other sufferers to support Rare Disease Day. BBC Wiltshire's Victoria Mitzi spoke to the teacher at his school in the classrooms at Monkton Park Primary in Chippenham.
Back in May of last year, I was taken ill and I was told that I had a rare kidney disease that was triggered. That basically means the blood vessels in my kidneys were being blocked, meaning that my kidneys couldn't filter my blood in the way they should be doing. I didn't know who to turn to, where to look, really. Friends and family were desperately looking in the internet for advice and for information on this rare disease. Thankfully, I found a support group in the UK for aHUS, which is my disease, and it was comforting to know that I wasn't alone. It was comforting to know that there were other people out there with a similar illness.
And how important is it that people are getting together in this way?
I think there's only about 150 people in the country that have my illness, so there's not many of us. Having a wider group, as Rare Disease Day has done, allows us to put patients and families in touch with others who understand, really. I think that's the key message, people that understand.
That's Matt Slee, who's got a rare blood disease. Joining us now, Trevor Murby, who's the national spokesperson for aHUS UK. Trevor, good morning.
Good morning.
How tough is it for people like Matt?
Oh, it's very difficult indeed. But there's one good thing that's coming out of today, which is the Rare Disease Day, which I believe is on Facebook as an introduction to these rare diseases. But especially with regards to aHUS, there's a fantastic network of people with aHUS UK, which is on the internet, and people can access the site and get sort of assistance. And with regards to this, I think it would be an advantage for all different groups to have this kind of facility.
And are you one of the other 149 people with the condition or not?
No, I'm not. It's my grandson that has had this condition. He had it 12 months ago, and we thought we were going to lose him. The whole of the family was horrified, devastated, and the thought of losing your grandson, and even more so for my son and his wife, it's the fear of not understanding, A, the medical diagnosis, and then the isolation of difficulty of finding a support group, of which aHUS UK was at the top. It was wonderful to find those, and it's assisted us greatly, and we are members of that group.
It sounds dreadful, and to a certain extent we all, as soon as we know even some piddling thing is wrong with us, get on the internet these days and tap away, yes. And people say not to do that, GPs say not to do that, but it sounds like sometimes they have to know about these conditions.
Absolutely, because in a lot of cases I don't think that doctors and nurses are aware of this particular disease, albeit our grandson was taken to the Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham, of which I must thank the consultants, doctors and nurses for their dedication and professionalism, because they gave a quick diagnosis of the problem.
And do you campaign for greater coverage of this? Because to a certain extent, it is what it is. You know, people are trying hard, I bet, to garner more information. They're not just being blasé or naive or not bothering to research these diseases.
Yes, I think, especially as far as aHUS is concerned, the group that are involved in this are campaigning all the time to make it available to everybody, to let them know that this is available to them, and they work very hard to do that.
Good to speak to you. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you very much indeed.
And your grandson now, how's he doing?
He's improving at the moment, so we feel quite good about that.
Good to know. Trevor Murby from aHUS UK.
On FM, online, on your mobile and on digital radio, this is Heart. And here's the latest.
I'm Chaz Rowe. A Wiltshire teacher has been telling Heart he didn't know where to turn after being told he had a rare blood disorder which seriously affects his kidneys.
I was really grateful to learn that there was a support group so I could sort of learn from their stories, get advice on treatment and how to cope with the disease, really.
Matt Slee from Corsham is now trying to raise awareness of rare diseases like his, which only 140 people in the UK are thought to suffer from.
I know many people that suffer from rare diseases do feel isolated and alone if they've never met anyone with a similar condition.
On FM, online, on your mobile and on digital radio, this is Heart. 7 o'clock then, and here's the latest.
I'm Chaz Rowe. A teacher from Corsham has been telling Heart it's been a struggle at times to live with a condition that roughly 140 people in the UK suffer from.
I know many people that suffer from rare diseases do feel isolated and alone if they've never met anyone with a similar condition.
Matthew Slee's rare blood disorder affects his kidneys, meaning just 23% of them function. He's now trying to raise awareness of rare diseases and how things like Facebook support groups can really help.
And it's all about putting people in touch with other people who understand. That's the simple message, really.